Did I scare you?
No. I just thought you hurt yourself.
But I didn't scare you?
You know the ruby slippers. You know the yellow brick road. You know there's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
But behind the curtain of this timeless classic lies a story far darker, stranger, and more unbelievable than anything that made it to screen. The Wizard of Oz may look like a cheerful Technicolor dream, but its production was filled with danger, chaos, and secrets the studio tried to keep buried. From poisoned makeup to actors catching fire, from disappearing munchkins to a Tin Man that nearly died on day one. The journey to Oz was anything but magical. So click your heels together and hold on to your little dog too, because here are the top 10 strange facts hidden behind the magic of the Wizard of Oz.
A man made out of tin. Yes.
Buddy Ebsen, yes, the same Buddy Ebsen who would later become famous as Jed Clampett, was originally cast as the Tin Man. He even recorded all the songs and rehearsed all the dances. Then came the silver makeup. To get that shiny metal look, the makeup department used aluminum powder. Ebsen unknowingly inhaled it over several days and then collapsed. His lungs were coated in toxic metal. He spent weeks in the hospital, barely able to breathe. The studio didn't visit, didn't apologize. They just replaced him with Jack Haley and never told the public. Ebsen's voice still appears in some of the songs, but his body? Totally erased from the film.
Here he is, the Wizard of a Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was. If ever a Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because.
That cloud of green smoke? The one that vanishes the Wicked Witch in a flash of fire? Yeah, it went horribly wrong. Actress Margaret Hamilton was standing on a trapdoor, waiting to drop out of frame during a fiery pyrotechnic effect. But the timing failed. Flames shot up before she cleared the platform. She caught fire. Her copper-based green makeup burned into her skin, leaving second- and third-degree burns on her face and hands. She couldn't work for 6 weeks. And the worst part? When she finally returned, she refused to do any more fire scenes, so the studio had her stunt double do them. And that woman caught fire too.
Toto, where did he come from?
Toto, the little cairn terrier, was played by a dog named Terry. She was paid $125 a week. That's over $2,500 today. Most of the Munchkin actors, they earned only $50 per week. Not only did Terry get the star treatment, she also had her own trainer, dressing room, and stand-in. She was injured on set when an actor accidentally stepped on her, but recovered quickly. Meanwhile, the Munchkins were crammed into a hotel, had chaperones due to wild off-hours behavior, and weren't even credited individually. Remember the dreamy poppy field that puts Dorothy and her friends to sleep? When Glinda makes it snow to wake them up, that lovely flurry drifting down was asbestos.
I have to rest for just a minute. Toto, where's Toto?
Oh, you can't rest now. We're nearly there.
Yep. The deadly insulation material was used widely in movies for its soft, snow-like texture. At the time, no one realized how hazardous it was to breathe in. The actors, including a lion in a fur suit, inhaled it directly. The same material would later be banned and linked to deadly cancers. But in Oz, it was all part of the magic. Bert Lahr's cowardly lion costume looked incredibly realistic, because it was. The costume department made it from real lion pelts, multiple ones. It weighed over 90 pounds, was incredibly hot, and smelled awful under studio lights. Lahr had to take breaks between every take. He was drenched in sweat daily. They even had to dry the costume under industrial-strength dryers overnight so it wouldn't rot. Imagine trying to sing and dance in a wild animal's skin while the temperature on set hit 100 degrees. That's dedication. Or insanity.
Beyond the rain,
Judy Garland was only 16 years old when she filmed The Wizard of Oz, but MGM didn't treat her like a teenager. Studio executives pressured her to lose weight and appear younger. They gave her amphetamines to boost her energy and suppress appetite, and sleeping pills to bring her down. This toxic cycle continued for years, leading to Garland's lifelong struggles with addiction and mental health. In interviews later in life, she spoke about how the studio controlled everything, from how she looked to how she laughed. The magic of Oz came at a terrible cost for its brightest star. Before Victor Fleming took the reins, the film went through multiple directors. Richard Thorpe was the original director. He filmed for over a week before MGM panicked. His version of Dorothy looked too glamorous, the tone was wrong, and the footage was flat. He was fired, no warning. George Cukor briefly stepped in to adjust Garland's look, removing her blonde wig and heavy makeup, before leaving for another project. Then Victor Fleming took over. He directed the majority of the film, before leaving that job early, too, to finish Gone with the Wind. Yes, the director of The Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind was the same guy, filming both in the same year.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Decades after the film's release, stories began to emerge about the Munchkin actors and their wild behavior off set. Judy Garland once claimed in an interview that they partied heavily, drank constantly, and were hard to control. "They got smashed every night," she said. Some reports may have been exaggerated, but it's true the Munchkin cast, many of whom were away from home for the first time, developed a reputation for mischief. The studio assigned chaperones, imposed curfews, and tried to keep the chaos under wraps. But by then, the legends had already begun.
I'm finished with you. Take your army to the haunted forest and...
Those terrifying flying monkeys? They may have been scary on screen, but behind the scenes, they were a total mess. Each monkey actor was suspended by piano wire for flying effects. But the wires weren't always reliable. Several stunt performers fell during filming. One even broke ribs. The cables snapped multiple times, leading to delays, injuries, and major rewiring. It was one of the most dangerous parts of the production, and still made it into the final cut, monkey screams and all. Today, The Wizard of Oz is one of the most beloved films of all time. But in 1939, it barely broke even. The production cost nearly $3 million, a massive sum at the time. And box office returns were underwhelming due to World War II and stiff competition from Gone with the Wind. It wasn't until the film aired on television in the 1950s that it became a classic. Generations of kids fell in love with Oz thanks to repeat airings. The ruby slippers became iconic, and Judy Garland became immortal. It's the ultimate Hollywood twist. The movie that almost disappeared became unforgettable. Behind the glitter and magic of The Wizard of Oz lies a trail of burned skin, broken bones, crushed dreams, and accidental brilliance. Which fact shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you love discovering the truth behind the screen, click like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another trip down the yellow brick road. Thanks for watching Real Truths, where movie magic gets a reality check.